Hello students. So yesterday we are discussing about Bohr's model. We will once again look at that one. So look at the Bohr's model of atoms postulates. This Bohr's model was the first theory which is proposed based on quantum mechanics. Bohr's model is the first Bohr's model was the first theory which was proposed based on quantum mechanics. So what are quantum mechanics, on which thing this quantum mechanics was discussed? This quantum mechanics was discussed about the tiny particles, how these tiny particles behaves, all those things are discussed in quantum mechanics. Some of the main features of this quantum mechanics, some of the main features of this Bohr's model. The first one is at the center of atom nucleus is located. At the center of atom nucleus is present. Around this nucleus electrons are revolving. Around the nucleus electrons are revolving. In circular paths. Called as stationary orbits. These circular paths are called as stationary orbits. So at the center of atom nucleus is present. Around this nucleus electrons are revolving in circular paths. These are the circular paths. In these circular paths electrons are revolving. These circular paths are designated as K, L, M, N. Also, these are numbered with 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the center of atom nucleus is present. Around this nucleus different shells are present. These shells are designated as K, L, M, N, and they are numbered with 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. As long as electron revolving in this particular particular orbit. They neither release energy nor absorb energy. They neither release energy nor absorb energy. Hence, called as energy states, energy levels. Hence, these are called as energy levels. As long as electrons are revolving on these orbits, they neither release energy nor absorb energy. Hence, these are also known as the energy levels. When electron gain energy, they jump into higher energy level. They jump into higher energy level where they are unstable. Hence again jumps to the ground level. So when electron gains energy, they jumps into higher energy level. In higher energy level, they are unstable. Hence, they again come to their actual energy levels. During that process, they releases some energy. So, jumping of electrons from ground level to higher energy level is known as excitation. Excitation means jumping of electrons from lower level to higher level. This process is known as excitation. De-excitation. De-excitation. Jumping of electrons from higher level to lower level. Jumping of electrons from higher level to lower level is known as the de-excitation. During excitation and de-excitation process, energy is emitted. During de-excitation process, energy is emitted. During excitation process, energy absorbs. Energy absorbed. Energy emitted. So during the excitation process, energy is emitted. During excitation process, energy is absorbed. The energy difference between two energy levels. Energy difference is delta E. This delta E become equal to E2 minus E1. E2 is the higher energy level, E1 is the lower energy level. Delta E is the energy difference. E2 is higher energy level. E1 is lower energy level. And the difference is E2 minus E1. Next, angular momentum of electron is angular momentum of electron MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. Here n is the shell number, integer, n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. For first shell, MVR is equal to 1h by 2 pi. For second shell, MVR is equal to 2h by 2 pi. Simply we can say h by 2. For third shell, MVR is equal to 3h by 2 pi. Just simply substituting the shell number in this form, 3h by 2 pi. We can say like this also. On 0.5h by pi. So this is about angular momentum of electron. Basing on this Bohr's model, Niels Bohr calculated the size of orbit. And energy of electron. Size of orbit and energy of electron. Okay, students. So we calculated the radius of orbit by applying this Bohr's model. So radius of orbit. So what is the radius of orbit? He calculated this much. This is m square h square by 4 pi square m z square. This is the radius of orbit. N is the shell number, n is an integer, h is the Planck's constant. We know the pi value 3.14. M is the mass of electron. M is the mass of electron. Z is the atomic number. E is the charge of electron. By substituting all these values, Planck's constant, mass of electron, charge of electron, by substituting all these values, we will get this one. 0.529 into n square by z into 10 power minus 8 centimeters. This is the radius of orbit. So by substituting all these values, you can get that one 0.529 into 10 power 8 into n square by z. Simply we can write like this: 0.529 into n square by z in angstroms. 0.529 into n square by z in angstroms. So here n is equal to 1, 2, 3 dash. So radius of first orbit is equal to 0.529 into, instead of n square we have to put 1 square. Radius of second orbit 0.529 into 2 square. Z is the atomic number. Atomic number of I am taking hydrogen. For hydrogen, atomic number is 1. Radius of third orbit, and this one is 0.529 into 3 square. Like that, we can calculate the radius of different orbits. Next one. He also calculated the energy of orbit. He also calculated the energy of orbit. Calculated energy of orbit. So energy of nth orbit is equal to minus 2 pi square m e power 4 into z square by n square h square minus 2 pi square m e power 4 into z square by n square h square. For hydrogen, z is equal to 1. M is the mass of electron, E is the charge of electron, H is the Planck's constant. By substituting all the constants, mass of electron is a constant, charge of electron is a constant, Planck's constant also is a constant. By substituting all these values, we will get this one. Energy of nth orbit is equal to minus 13.6 into z square by n square. This is the energy of nth orbit. Z is the atomic number. Z is the atomic number. For hydrogen, Z become equal to 1. The remaining part is minus 13.6 by n square. Suppose if you want the energy of first orbit, E of first orbit, minus 13.6 by 1 square for hydrogen electron volts. If you want the energy of second orbit, then minus 13.6 by n is the orbit number, so 2 square. Energy of third orbit, minus 13.6 by 3 square. Like that, you can calculate the energy of different orbits. Just all these things will be seen in your first PU classes. just to just to know you all these things, what is Bose model, what is the energy of orbit, what is the energy of electron. We have just shown all these things. In first view, you can detailedly study all these things, how you get the energy of orbit, what is the derivation of energy of orbit, what is the derivation of radius of orbit, all these things we will discuss in first year. And the next topic we are going to discuss is quantum numbers. So what are these quantum numbers? To describe an electron completely, quantum numbers were proposed. To describe the electron completely, quantum numbers are proposed. So what is the description of electron? This description of electron is nothing but on which orbit these electrons are present, on which subenergy level the taken electron is present, on which orbital this electron is present, and what is the spin of the electron. All these things are the description of an electron. So to describe an electron, quantum numbers were proposed. These quantum numbers are principal quantum number, the second one is azimuthal quantum number, third one is magnetic quantum number, and the fourth one is spin quantum number. So we have to discuss all these things. So first, this is the bridge course. Don't look at this thing as a burden to you. Just look at all these things. Find out. So which thing you don't know, which thing you want to find out. All these things. Just looking at them, simply reading the story like that, you go through all these things. Again, we will discuss detailedly about all these things on your U1 classes. First one is principal quantum number. So what are these principal quantum number? On which thing this explain? This principal quantum number is denoted by n. Denoted by n. N values are its values. It means n values are 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It tells about the on which shell the electron is present. Tells about the on which shell electron is present. particular electron. By observing this principal quantum number, we can say that this particular electron is present on that particular shell. Suppose here they given like this, one s1 is there. So now I am asking on which shell this first electron is present. Now we can say that that electron is present in first shell. Suppose they will ask you like this, 3d5. Now tell me on which shell this fifth electron of d orbital fifth electron is present. On third shell, this fifth electron of d orbital is present. Like that, we can find out the shell on which this electron is present. Tells about on which shell a particular electron is present. It also tells about the energy of an orbit and the size of orbit. Tells about size of orbit and energy of electron. Tells about the size of orbit and the energy of electron. So okay students, for this session it is over. We will discuss the remaining thing on the next session. Thank you.